Let me see. I don't remember how to request people anymore. I haven't been live in so long. Let me see. Oh, it's just me and you. Okay, everyone. I'm going to add you as a moderator. And there. Oh, hey.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you.
I'm cooking. Is it okay if my camera? Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to have your camera on.
Okay.
You know, on here, they be on here. Hello, Lace. This is Lace. Joined us. Thank you very much for joining us. We're talking about the topic of revenge cheating. And, you know, I've heard some wild stories about people, what's been done to them, what they've done to other people, how people think of it, what's their opinion of it, should it be done, when is it necessary, when is it not necessary? That is what we're talking about. So first question I'm going to put up there is, let's see, revenge cheating. Is it good or bad thing? Do you think in any situation it could be a good or a bad thing?
I think it's always bad.
Always bad.
Yeah.
So, and I think that I was talking about these things with some family members. This is why I brought the topic up. So I was talking about this topic with some family members about revenge cheating, and the census that I got from the family members was like, yeah, you should do it. They was
Really?
like, if somebody did it to you, you should do it to them. It's good for you. If it's good for them, why can't you do it? What's the double standard there? What you say about that? Oh, you're getting a call. Okay. So yes, put it in the chat. It's okay, Boom and everything. What's your opinion about that? Does anybody have an opinion of saying that revenge cheating can be a good thing and it is necessary? That's what I want y'all to put into the chat. Now, I'm trying to share the live so people can come on. And if they want to log on and talk, that would be wonderful. Give your own opinion about the topic. So go ahead and give your own opinion about the topic, and just let in the comments, like, revenge cheating. What's the wildest stories you heard? Let's see. Let's talk about a wild story. I've known somebody who had a boyfriend that cheated on them so much, like just always cheating on them, leaving them, coming back, right? And the revenge that person got in revenge cheating was having sex with a family member, right? That was their revenge cheating. Now, you would think that this person would be looked upon as foul and messed up, and the guy or girl, because the guy or the girl, because it could be anybody these days, would be like, man, you cheated on me with a family member. I don't want you. But the wildest stories that I heard was the guy or the girl was cheating so much that the guy or the girl was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a family member. Then they got that person back. They got them back. It was just the guy and the girl or whoever it was did not say, "Hey, CKQ, come up. We talking about revenge cheating." Oh, Titania said, "I know someone right now who is sleeping with her boyfriend's cousin." Oh my God, is you serious? Oh my goodness. Like family members is like off limits. Like why? Family members should not be included. Let's even get CKQ up here. Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right. Oh, your signal is great.
Is it? Good, good.
Yes, remember how your signal was always messed up?
Facts.
This
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. You know, I've been going to church recently, so maybe that's helping. You know?
Well, that's good.
For some reason, it looks like it's very like choppy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might be my yeah, I think it might be the filter.
Yeah. Come on now.
Let me take that off.
Your skin is too clear to be having that filter on. Come on now. What you doing? You know what? Come on. What you talking?
Why not? I need something on here.
No. Just be straight up.
I need
there we
something.
Go.
Look at this.
Exactly. Damn, so much better.
What?
Come on.
Glistening.
Glistening. Look at that skin. Damn. I need some glasses.
Hey, Jack Nando. The topic is revenge cheating.
Jack
First
Nando,
question: Do you think it's good or bad? That's the first question I have up here.
Do I think
any way
revenge cheating is good? Well,
good or bad?
Of any sort is never good. I believe in cheating. Never be a cheat.
Okay.
I can't. I'm the wrong guy to have here for this. All right.
So you've never been cheated on?
To my knowledge, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never been cheated on, and I've never cheated. I've been put in very close circumstances to doing it, but I can't willingly, actively cheat on someone. Like to know that's betraying someone's trust. You know what I mean? Like if that's the case, if you're gonna cheat on them, leave them.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to some family members about this, and I was saying the same thing to Bloom and Ebony because she said the same thing as you. It's always bad. It's never good. And I asked them, do they think in some ways, in any way, it could be a good thing? And they were like, yes.
Wait, what?
They said, if that person that you're with, they said yes. I'm telling you what they said. They said yes. They said the person that you are with cheated on you multiple times, but you know that you don't want to leave this person and they don't want to leave you, right? But it's like, hey, you did it, then I should get a turn. Since you did it, why can't I do it? That's what they were saying.
That's okay. So if you don't want to leave the person, then you just say, okay, well, listen, we're just both gonna be doing degenerate stuff in this relationship. That's just it. It's okay. Do you believe it's degenerate behavior? What do you think? Do you believe it's degenerate to cheat?
Do I believe in to cheat? No.
Degenerate. You don't believe it's cheating? It's a degenerate behavior to cheat.
Oh, is it a degenerate behavior to cheat? You started cutting up. I'm sorry.
Okay. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can be.
So why even try to hold up a relationship that's two people that are going to be doing the worst things to hurt each other? So it's like, how bad can I hurt you because I feel that you hurt me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be an entire game of, hey, let's not try to get happy. It's going to be like, no, let me just try to get this person back. It's going to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point in time, it's like, okay, you are keeping your friends close and your enemies a lot closer to a point where you're sleeping with them. That's just it. Like you, why? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. There are people I know people that cheat.
Have you heard a wild story? What's your wildest story you heard?
A wild story? I heard a story of the guy's he cheated on his girl with this other chick, and after they were done, he wanted to take a shower there. And he asked her, like, yo, you got some socks? Because mine, like, got a little, wet coming shower. So he left his socks there, and she gave him a pair of her boyfriend's socks. And he left. So on his way home, he's driving, chilling, cruising. He gets a call. Oh, why is she FaceTiming me? All right, cool. FaceTime. She has a black eye. The boyfriend is right behind. Tell him what I said. We can't be seeing each other doing stuff like this anymore. You hear me? Don't be messing around with my girl. He was like, yeah, that's crazy. Click, hangs up, and just keep driving like nothing ever happened.
Oh my goodness.
And that girl still calls him back. She still calls him back to try to hang out, to try to hook up with him. Degenerate behavior.
But he ain't go back. But he didn't go back. That's a good thing. Did he go back? Maybe a couple times.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Yeah, and I'm just like,
I think he went back.
That's wild. I don't know, man. I don't think, me personally, I don't know. I guess it's in anyone's
You would be non-nizzle.
I guess it's in anyone's character to be able to cheat. I don't know. No, I wouldn't even say that because I know it's not in my character. It's not in my character. Anyone has the ability to cheat, but it comes down to your moral code and your character.
So you don't think that people can be flexible, or you can be flexible with your moral code in different circumstances?
Such as? Give me an example.
So this person normally sees those things, like you're saying, as a degenerate. Like they like, oh, this is fucked up. You've had multiple conversations with the person about, if this is what you decide to do, let's talk about it. Let's tell me what's going on. You want to leave, whatever. But it never happened, right? And then the person never admits to everything, but there has been some infidelity. Then the other person is like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because that would be degrading yourself, right? And then the other person is like, I'm not going to do that. But then they get hit with other things besides the cheating.
So, okay,
say,
so you're saying this person,
a baby mama. Maybe they got somebody pregnant. Maybe they went and got somebody pregnant and in their infidelity, and it's like, damn, that shit is fucked up. But it's like, you can't, y'all not ready to part yet, right? Nobody is ready to part yet. But that is messed up, what they did, and you can't do anything about it.
See, I'm a cold person. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a very cold person. I really am.
Oh, really?
I really am. I can very easily cut someone out of my life. Like, I will never talk to them again, and I won't lose sleep over it. I won't
okay.
Like, yeah. So to me, maybe.
Okay, say you got very young children with this person.
What's that?
Say if you have very young children with this person. Is that a consideration of staying in it?
So I'm now going to have to look past this person that decided to betray me in the worst possible way.
So your children can see a mom and dad in the house.
I'll go marry some other chick. No, listen, I truly, I can't stand. I've never been cheated on. I've never cheated. I can't stand cheaters. I really can't. I can't stand liars, and I can't stand cheaters. And maybe it's I have very strict morals and rules about myself,
Mm-hmm.
but things like that, I really look down upon.
Mm-hmm.
If it's in someone's character to it's a betrayal. It's a betrayal to someone that trusted you the most. So it's like,
But isn't that usually who betrays us? Kind of. The people that are closest to you.
Everyone, but you look at theirs things the most because you held them to such a higher regard than others, right?
So was that their fault that you held them at a high regard, or was it your fault?
I mean, at this point in time, you should have spoken about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm going to hold them to never cheating standard no matter what. And never tell them about it. Like, nah, that's a conversation we've had. So you understand what will happen if I ever catch you cheating. It's over. It's done. I don't care about kids. Okay, I don't care. Like, you willingly went out of your way to betray me. Because I, as rigid as I am, I like to think of myself as understanding. I try to correct myself. I will go through all the precautions before saying, you did the worst possible thing. So it's like, if we try to talk about it and I said no, if we try to go to couples counseling and I said no, if you exhausted all options and I was just like unflexible and unwilling to listen, then okay, I understand. Because at that point in time, you could throw it all in my face. I tried this, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this. And then I have to look at myself like, all right, listen, I was like, yeah, that's a betrayal, but in the end of the day, like, I didn't do the best I could to be a partner. I didn't listen to this person. I wasn't there for them. I wasn't their best friend. And then you going into a relationship with someone, I would think that that's supposed to be your best friend. They would have your best interest at mind. But you never.
Hi,
know.
Claire. Yes, we're talking about revenge cheating. If you want to come and give your opinion about it, revenge cheating. The next question.
It's despicable. It's despicable.
Is revenge cheating seen the same for men and women?
It's all right if a man cheats. A woman? Whew, nah. Listen, it'd be smart for the woman to take him back, but for him to take her back? Stop the cap.
What? So I had a guy tell me, tell him, well, if I did it like 3 times, the guy was like, if I did like 3 or 4 or 5 times and she found out and she did it once, I would forgive her because look how much times I did it. Like, how could she accepted me, she forgave me, how can I forgive her?
I mean, now you're justifying a wrong with another wrong, so okay. You're justifying wrongs with wrongs. So yeah, listen, it's a slippery slope. You start cheating, then yeah, of course you're gonna have to accept it from anyone else. But if I cheated,
that's true.
I still wouldn't want my girl to cheat. She's still can't cheat.
Oh, everybody loves. It's only us 3. It's only me, you, and Nick and Knight. It's on here. So what happened to Bloom and Ebony and everybody? They was giving their opinions and then it was over.
I think in these moments, I always try to think of it as like, especially even sometimes with the shows, because sometimes you guys don't show up till like way after the show starts.
8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm sorry.
No, listen. But to me, I just think like, all right, you know what? I'm going to have a conversation that I was already going to have either way. Whoever comes in and joins, cool. Who doesn't, cool. I don't know. I feel like after a while of doing this, I'm just like, I don't really care to watch this. You're going to watch. If not, like, really, I don't care anymore.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people that it's about the viewers and this and that, but I'm like, like I don't care. It's too
I just want a conversation to go. Like I just want I just like the flow of conversation. Whether or not like a whole lot of people watch, the more people that be in there, you can have a conversation. So that's what I like. So if anybody want to come give their opinion about revenge cheating, good or bad, tell their wildest stories. What's the wildest thing you heard? I was saying that the wildest thing I heard was, I'm not going to say it, I'm just say girl or guy or him or her was a cheater, a really bad cheater, and then the person kept taking him back. They kept breaking it up, coming back, breaking up, coming back. And then the person broke up with him or her again, and then decided, you know what? I'm going to have sex with one of their family members to get back. Revenge cheating. So, what do you think happened after, the guy or the girl is cheating on him or her all this time, and then they was like, you know what? I'm going to do a family member. Do you think that other person was like, oh, I'm glad I was doing that to you, and left that person alone, or they took them back and was like, oh.
So let me put it in the context of myself. So I've been cheating on my girl, right? Let's just say that, right? On my girl, left and right. She hasn't cheated at all, but once we break up, she decides to sleep with my sibling.
Yes.
So we're broken up.
So it's kind of like revenge cheating because y'all was together and it's a family member.
But we're broken up now.
But it's a family member.
But we're broken up now. I can't hate her. I can have something against that family member of mine, though. I could definitely.
Oh, so you would be more mad at the family member?
Yo, the woman's gonna do what she's gonna do. But the family member is like, wow, like, okay, well, I now see where you stand, towards me. Like, if we never left in good standing, then okay. And then, but if she decides to also sleep with my best friend or my family would be just like, damn, like, I would lose a lot of respect for both of those. Just some random person, then I'd lose respect for her. I mean, right? Listen,
hey,
I lose a lot of respect. And that cheating in general, you lose a lot of respect. But Amanda, come up.
Is she still in here? Let me see.
Possibly, I'm not too sure.
No, she ain't in here no more. She ain't in here no more.
Carl's here.
Yeah. But I didn't think that. Yeah, I asked Carl to come up. We'll see if we get up here. It's kind of glitchy.
It is.
So, because I didn't even accept Bloom and Ebony, and she just popped right in.
Where is she at?
Well, I didn't think that, like how you're thinking right now, like you said, well, that's a family member and we're broken up. And I'm just like, but it's a family member. And I thought that person would never talk to that other person again, right? Who has a family. But they didn't. They ended up being with them more and becoming like a true boyfriend and girlfriend. Like they ended up moving out and living together after that person had sex with their family member. They only just did it just to have sex with him, just to get back. And then he or she took her back.
I would have to think that it. Wait. She took him back? He took her back?
Like, okay, I'm gonna say for you and your family member, you took the girl that was that cheated on your family member with you back into your life permanently. Because in the beginning you were half-assing it. 1 minute you with her, 1 minute you're not. 1 minute you with her, 1 minute you're not. You cheating. Da, da, da. But as soon as that happens with a family member, now you want her, and now she's back with you.
Okay.
That's what I've seen happen. And it was wild to me.
Well, you know what?
Because
you know what? It could have been a scenario that he now realized, like, oh man, like that didn't feel too good. You know, like it didn't feel too good to be cheated on. You know, but in the end of the day, that's still like with your family member. You know, I can look at that family member the same. Like it's dirty. I don't know, but
so you would be more mad at the family member.
One, I ain't taking her back. But two, him? Really? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a spiteful person. That's what I'm hearing. I'm a spiteful person, clearly. But I don't care.
Well, you an Aquarius.
I'm an Aquarius.
I'm surrounded around Aquarius. Like,
what's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean? Please.
I know so many of y'all.
What is it? Okay, what's Aquarius got to do with it? Please tell me.
No, I'm just, that part of you is Aquarius because I know so many Aquarius that's like that. So, like, I know one from 9th grade. I've known this guy since 9th grade. Like, he walked up to me and on first day of 9th grade, first day of high school, didn't know me and said, "You're my sister." And we've been friends ever since. And I call him my brother. My children said that's uncle.
Damn.
Like, he's an Aquarius. Yeah.
So,
and he don't even live, he live in Arizona. He been living in Arizona since the late 90s, early 2000s. So, you know, and we still close like that. Like, just pick right back up, you know. Oh, hey, Bloom Emily, she's back. Okay, let me add you. I guess Carl didn't want to come up.
Look, Chris is back.
Oh, I gotta change her status. I put her as, oh man, how did I change that?
Okay.
I put her as a moderator. How do I take her off as a moderator? Before she came on live, I had put her as a moderator. Damn.
You know Instagram better than I do. I'm an old man.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Remove as
revenge smash. Fair enough.
Revenge smash. There you go, bro.
Revenge. Okay, cool.
Oh, here she go. So, what happened?
Smash the chick this to it. Yeah, that's fair. That's not even revenge. That's just spiteful.
Just the shit.
That's
like your brother. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do your sister just because of your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it was just really surprising to me. Hi, Ebony. Bloom Ebony. Hey, Chris. You still cooking?
Yeah, it looks like she's loading over there.
You're on mute. We can't hear you. Oh, she's loading. Okay. Yep. Like, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's loading. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Gemma.
You know,
so
that Portland Wi-Fi.
I don't know. It's just
I'm Sagittarius.
Yes, I know that. Yes, a bachelor for life.
What's the Aquarius thing got to do with it? Please enlighten me. What's that mean?
Okay. Aquarius is an air sign.
How do you view an Aquarius?
Okay. Sometimes Aquarius can be a dreamer. Sometimes they can be like very flighty and a dreamer, right?
Okay.
I have those. Then I have loyalty. That's number one.
Okay.
Then I have like would do anything for anybody. Like it's more like a mediator that brings people together. Always has these different gatherings, groups, like just always something when it comes to that. Having friends from birth, like most of the Aquarius I know have long friends.
Okay.
Those are just some of the things about the Aquarius that I know. Like, very smart, very creative, very stubborn. Oh, here you go. Okay, Blooming Ebony. She's coming back now. But being an air sign and a fixed sign is very complicated. It makes us complicated. So I'm a water sign and a fixed sign. That's very complicated as well. Because you're air, you flow. So how can you flow and be fixed at the same time? That makes you crazy. So it's like me. How can you be water, Scorpio, you water, and fixed at the same time? So the constant battle for balance.
Okay. I've heard that before. The constant struggle.
Constant battle for balance. Yes. That's how we are. I think that's why I always attract them. This is why I always have them in my life. I always end up grabbing one and then they being a friend for my whole life. Whether they in there the whole time or not, if I see them again, we'll just pick back up like it was yesterday. And,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how most of my Aquarius friends are.
What's poppin', Chris?
But my hey, Chris.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Everyone is calling me right now. No one called me all day, and then I get onto your line.
Hang up on them. Tell them you're with your real friends, okay?
These are my family members. I'm sorry.
That's exactly what I mean.
Oh, okay.
They're there with you for life. We're only here for a season, okay? You hang up on them. You deal with us.
How you doing?
Yeah, so oh, okay, I got a chat from the Facebook group, but I can't. Oh, somebody said I would just leave. Somebody said, hey, yo. I'm sorry, Facebook. If y'all want to be in the conversation, you got to come to Instagram. This is just to watch, okay? So the next question I had was about your story, but you already said your story. What about you, Blooming Ebony? You have a wild cheating story that you heard about?
Oh, that I heard about.
Or been done to you, or been done to you, or you done to somebody?
No, I've never been cheated on. I'm trying to think if I know any crazy stories. I don't think so. I don't think I know any crazy stories.
That time you cheated. Tell us about the time.
Me? I've never cheated. At least I don't think I have.
Tell us your cheating
It'd be
story.
a surprise to me if I. What'd you say? Wow. If only. I have to watch TV to understand what's going on out in them streets.
So what's your thoughts on revenge? Chris.
What was it?
Where is it?
What's your thoughts on revenge
cheating?
On revenge cheating, I think it's wrong to do. I don't think it's a logical decision. I think it's purely emotional. Despite how people try to justify it, I think it's purely emotional. I think they regret it afterwards. I think they regret revenge cheating afterwards. I don't think anyone feels satisfied or renewed after it's done. I think it says a lot about a person's character when they do it in that moment. I'm not going to say like they carry that with them forever, but in that moment, it says a lot about where you were when that happened. I think it's awful. And cheating itself is bad, but
so someone asked me this. What if that person has done it so many times to you, and then you decide, I'm just going to get back at them by cheating? And then what? What do you think?
I still think it's wrong. Just leave. Just leave. Obviously, you're made for each other. If they cheat on you, you think I'm gonna do the same thing to you. You're made for each other. That's the person for you. And I hope he continues cheating on you, and I hope you continue. I hope you guys stay together, so you don't go around tainting other people. Like, you belong together.
Tainting the pool.
I think
that's funny.
I think that because I have been cheated on, since y'all two are this let me put the halos over y'all head. Never cheated or been cheated on, you know.
Hold on.
I got these. Let me. Where's the horns? Because that's me. Okay. Now I'm married, so I haven't, like, since I've been married. No, I have never cheated. Right. But before I was married and before the person that I married, if somebody cheated on me, I cheated back eventually. Probably not right away, but eventually. But I cheated because we was on the way out. Yeah. Like, I was on my way out.
But see, like, why? So the person that you cheated with, did you?
Yeah, I was cheating to leave. No, I was cheating to leave because that person cheated on me so many times, and it was like, you know what? I can't take it no more. I've never been alone.
Okay.
That's my problem too. That's something else I have to deal with. Mm-hmm. I've never been by myself. I've never just said, I'm going to leave this person and be by myself. I've always, okay, I'm about to leave this person, so I got to start something else with somebody else. Mm-hmm. So once I leave this person, I got this person. And then I'm not all upset about this person.
In the manosphere, you know, on YouTube, they call that monkey branching. Most of the time, women are going to monkey branch. They're never
always has satellite. Yes.
Yeah, they're never gonna let go of.
I was one of them.
One until they got us. They got a secure spot. Which, hey, listen, you know, to you, shout out to you. But you know, that's still grimy. But shout out to you.
That's how I was. I learned it from my Aquarius brother in high school.
No.
So what happened? I did.
Don't blame us.
Let me tell you the story.
That was you. Accountability.
Let me tell you the story. Can I tell you the story? Oh my God. Can I tell you the story first? I'm not saying that, you know. Okay, so I was dating somebody in high school, and I wasn't a person who was having sex early. There were people who were having sex in high school. I wasn't one of them. So the boyfriend that I had wanted that, and I was like, no. So they left me, and I cried and cried and cried. My brother was like, what are you doing? Why are you crying? Why don't you have somebody else waiting? You always have to have somebody else waiting. This is where you don't get hurt. You don't do that. I was like, oh, really? And I held on to that. You know how sometimes you hold on to something that somebody young said, and now you're old and you're still doing that young shit? Yeah, that was me.
So,
because he don't even remember saying that to me.
I understand it. I understand. You know what, Chris, what do you think of that? What do you think of that advice? I'm curious.
It's kind of funny because I'm sorry, Nick, about the Aquarius thing. That's something that I would say. Like, why are you sad? You weren't married. Move on, girl. Get up.
Yeah, it was in 9th grade. We were in 9th grade.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing. But you talking about monkey branching, Clement? How do I feel about that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. The advice that was given to her, that you should always have someone in the. You should always have one on deck.
In the wings. Waiting.
In the wings waiting.
Yeah, especially in high. I personally, I don't really think you should really have a relationship in high school. But if a woman's not married, do I think it's a problem if that one's tough. It depends on how she's doing it. You know, like there are some women that
Ooh.
They kind of just like string men along forever. But if you're dating various men and you have like one man that's you prefer, but you're kind of just dating multiple men, you're not committed to any of them. You're just kind of dating and trying to figure things out. I don't see that as a problem. Like courting, I do think courting is supposed to be with multiple people. Like you're not sleeping with all of them or anything like that. So it depends. I do think that there are ways that it's been done that's kind of deceitful.
That's what it was. That's what it was with the satellites. Is not the people that you're sleeping with. It's the potentials. If you leave the main person, there are friends that just want to be nice to you because you're pretty. Oh, there are friends that just want to be near you because they just want to see your friends or they like one of your friends. There are guys that just talk to you for no,
Yeah.
So
I guess the
that
world of
you don't necessarily have to
very
be
different.
The world you don't necessarily have to be sleeping with them.
Yeah, I would say in that case, like if you're committed to someone and you have backups, I personally consider that cheating. I think that's. I don't think that you're.
But you're not dating the backup. They're just people that you know that may like you.
But I think.
But you're not saying you like them. You're not telling them that you want to be with them. You just letting them be nice to you.
If the only purpose in your life, you're committed to someone, you're exclusive with that person. The only purpose for those other men being in your life is the fact that they're backups. I personally think that's a form of cheating.
But you're not married.
Because you have to but if you're committed, like if you told this person, I'm exclusive to you, because not everyone is necessarily trying to be married. I think that's when it gets a little bit like, you're kind of walking the line. It's like, if you're going to be in it. If you want to have these backups, don't be exclusive with this person and just keep dating that man plus your backups. But don't keep because at that point you're nurturing a romantic relationship even though you're not being intimate. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if you're actively flirting with the person.
We can't really
so what if you're just truly friends and you're not doing none of that?
Dating culture.
But go ahead.
What? Can you hear
I
me?
was saying something, but then you were talking, so I stopped. Go ahead.
Am I lagging?
Yes, you're lagging.
You cutting in and out.
Oh, I think I'm lagging pretty
Man,
bad.
we was doing so good when you first got on.
I'm going to hop out and come back in.
So, what if, I forgot what we was talking about. So, revenge cheating. So, what if you was, we were talking about the satellites, right? So, what if you were not actively flirting with any of these friends? All of these friends know that you are with somebody, but you just know there are at least one or two of the people of your group of friends that you have probably likes you because the way that they act towards you, the way that they always want to help you out and give you something or complimenting you. You're not reciprocating in the compliments. You're just saying thank you and taking it as a friendship. I was always straightforward to in the sense of this is who I'm with. So there is none of that. From me, you're not going to get that from me. If you want to give me compliments, that's fine. But you ain't going to get that from me if I'm with somebody. But if I am leaving the person that I'm with, that's when one of the satellites that I know that like me will start getting that flirting back. And then I will eventually leave.
That makes sense. I think it's if these people are in your friend group and they serve a purpose outside of just being a backup, I think that's different because you can't really control. If you have a hobby, right? You're in a gym class and you just happen to be in you you just kind of connected with a certain group of people, and there are men in that group.
Hey,
And
before
like
the
one of the
billions.
men, if like one of those guys may like you, I wouldn't say like, oh, you can't talk to that person. But it's like if you're keeping this person around because you know that if all fails, they'll be there, but they don't really serve any other purpose in your life outside of being a backup, then that's when I think it's shaky. But yeah, I think there's plenty of people that you kind of hang around who would date you if you were single, but they're good friends or they're good co-workers, or you have similar hobbies and all of that. So I think that makes sense.
Off the cusp. How you doing? We talking about revenge cheating. Good or bad, we got the little angels at the bottom and me at the devil at the top because I've cheated multiple times. I'm a multiple serial cheater, right? Now, I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you.
Listen.
Nope, not.
Actually, I sparkled up. I power washed.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm ready.
All right.
What?
No, so your lips not moving the same time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, your lips ain't moving the same time as the picture. Hey, off the cuffs, you want to come talk about revenge cheating? Anybody got any questions they want to ask the panel? Or you want to come up here and talk and give your opinion?
You hear me now?
You're still live.
Damn.
You're still here.
That was a little bit better. Seems like it's getting better.
What's your wildest story you ever heard off the cusp? Oh, ended a 14-year on-again, off-again affair.
Yeah.
With a married man. Okay. So, what made you finally end it off the cusp?
That's wild. That's wild.
Okay, no problem. You don't have to go live tonight.
I can't go live tonight. See this man as marriage potential? Because now I'm curious. Now I just want to be nosy.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What made you say, okay, I'm ending it?
What? Because he wouldn't leave his wife? About what? Like I'm confused. I felt some type of way. Is that a girl thing?
Because I mean, you've been doing it for 14 years, so it had to be. It had to be something significant. Oh, he's been married for 14 years. Oh, okay. Okay. So how long has the on-again, off-again affair been going on? He's been married for 14 years. They haven't been doing it for 14 years.
$14 years.
I realized that our interest in others started when he came back from his honeymoon. He's been married for 14 years. It's just.
She said we've been in and on.
Since he was married.
Off again for 14 years.
Did you guys date before he was married?
We've been in.
And then, like, I wonder if they were together before he got married and, like, maybe broke up and then he married someone else and they reconnected later. Like, after he got married.
Yeah, they've been doing it for 14 years. It's a long time to be.
That is a long time. So, since he was married? No, we did not date. We did not know each other before he was married. Oh, okay. So he got married and then started an affair immediately. Is you serious? So they've been together since they've been married.
That's 14 years. Yeah. I mean,
so he came back from his honeymoon and said, okay, I need to find me a side piece. I'm more mad at the dude.
This whole affair has been going on since
she said no. She said no.
So, what was your goal off the cusp? What was your well?
What was her end goal in the relationship?
Okay. I got
kind of.
But what was the?
Mm-hmm. She was assigned to his location because his assistant went on vacation after he came back from his honeymoon.
Were you potentially trying?
Oh my God!
Be with someone, or were you just like, nah, I'm good, chilling? Like,
hold on.
I don't understand that.
Let me read that part. I was assigned to his location because his assistant went on vacation after he came back from his honeymoon. So you know what that breaks in my head? He was probably sleeping with his assistant before you came. If it was a female.
I don't know.
She said she took over his yeah, because then, because we waiting for your answers in the comment.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I wonder, so I'm curious about what her age is, because...
Oh, here she goes.
Imagine, oh, yay.
Here she goes. Yeah, because I wanted to know, because if it went on this long, it had to be something. It had to be something that really bothered you.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, How are you?
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
I'm here taking out braids.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that this weekend.
So you guys have questions?
He had to. We got.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Clement, you are breaking up.
Facts. Like, yo, you can't be doing this.
So what I'll try to do, I'll try to give you the quick backstory, and hopefully that can answer a lot of your questions.
Okay.
So basically we worked for the same company, and I didn't know that. I only knew his name because we were all on the same schedules, even though we were at different locations. He apparently went off, got married, and his assistant covered their office while he was gone. When he came, she went on vacation. So I was sent to his location for to help out. The day that I got there, he was flirting with me. And
the first day.
And I remember he was asking me questions if I had a boyfriend. At that point in my life, I was already divorced, and I had been divorced for maybe two or 3 years. And emotionally, I was just, I was indifferent at that time, just totally indifferent, to seriously dating, love, anything. So he was flirting with me. He's cute, he's handsome, he's attractive. And I remember the moment I was about to ask him if he was married, the phone rang. And I never went back and asked that question. And I'll be the first one to admit, I'm not the type of person who looks at someone's hand to see if they're married. I just don't. I didn't even know the reason why he was out was because he was married, because I wasn't working directly under him.
Okay.
It took.
So
I mean,
he didn't wear his ring. Oh, okay.
I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did because I never looked.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Okay.
And I didn't ask him. So we would talk like on the phone. We talked, by text, even over the email at work. And like nothing really came of it right away. There was definitely an immediate attraction between us. And, it was just cute. It wasn't anything that I was like really taking seriously because, like I said, I was emotionally indifferent. In less than a year, there was a lot of turmoil at work, and I kind of turned to him, and that was the first time that we had slept together. It wasn't until like maybe a couple weeks after that, probably my coworkers noticed that I was like either mentioning his name too much or I was smiling too much. And they were just like, oh, and they were like, oh yeah, he's married. And
what? The coworkers told you?
Yeah, they were just like, oh yeah, he's married. I was probably saying his name like a little bit too much. And that was when I found out. Of course, I confronted him about it. He is an extremely charming personality. He's very, very calm. Very calm. And I was just like, he was just like, yeah, matter of fact, like, yeah, I'm married. You didn't know? And I'm like, no, I didn't know.
He said he thought you knew?
Yeah, he said, oh, I thought you knew. And I'm just like, no, I didn't know. I will admit at that point, once again, I was extremely selfish emotionally. And I was just like, well, you know what? We can keep doing what we're doing, like on and off. It didn't bother me because I was indifferent. I didn't care about him in that sense. And the truth of the matter, I also didn't really care about myself and how this would play out. It was, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. I didn't love him in the sense that I know sometimes people can be involved in affairs and they can fall in love with the other person. I didn't love him, and I never fell in love with him. And I told myself, I said, if I ever start feeling some type of way, I need to end it. And
so you were just doing it out of fun in the beginning?
I would just do it out of fun. We would meet, and he was, I would say, somewhat reckless, and he was also adventurous. And for someone who is emotionally dead inside, that's what I was seeking, was basically someone to make me feel alive. Like, you're being reckless with your job. We both were. And that, kind of sneaking around kind of made me feel alive. But I didn't love him. And I was just like, well, as long as I don't love him, it's okay. Like, I'm not married to her. I didn't take vows with her. He did. That's his problem. At one point, I started dating someone seriously, so I wasn't going to see him anymore because I figured he's the cheater. I'm not. I can still go into a relationship and not cheat. but I didn't realize the toll that it would eventually take on me with that mindset. But at one point, he was having an affair with another woman. That woman was either married or she was in a committed relationship, and she started having feelings for him, and that became messy. And he would actually tell me about it. He would tell me about the affair that he was having with someone else. And I, like I said, I was emotionally just unattached. I actually thought it was comical. I thought it was a little funny. And it's not. It really wasn't, you know. And at one point, his wife found out about the affair that he was having with this other woman. And
with the other woman, not you.
Not me. Not me.
Oh, because the other woman was being messy. She was catching feelings.
They were both being messy, and she, you know, I guess caught feelings, and she fell in love with him, and it got pretty messy. Apparently, him and his wife reconciled, and the relationship that I was in didn't work out, and we started talking again, and then we started meeting up again. And I told him, I said, you know what? I want you to stay married. Like, you can't be messy. Like,
so what do you think it was that you kept going back? Like, you kept saying, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing it with this married man for 14 years, on and off. What make you just say, okay, I'm gonna just keep go ahead and doing this? It had to be something like that you was drawn to with him, right?
The recklessness.
Okay.
The recklessness. He was exciting, you know, having an affair and stuff like that with someone. I know a lot of people may not want to hear this, but it's exciting. It's, you know, exciting for all the wrong reasons. That you're doing something wrong. We also had a sexual chemistry. And I enjoyed the fact that when I was with him, it was just no drama. It was.
Well, ask you a question?
Well, yeah, go ahead. And thank you, Ebony.
Did he ever complain to you about his wife in those
14
years?
No, I wouldn't have it if he did. I'm well aware that a lot of times when people complain about their spouse and the marriage and stuff like that, you know, the reason why they're not complaining about you is because they're not in a relationship with you. You know, your spouse has to deal with his wife has to deal with him each and every single day. You know, she has to live that reality. And I was a vacation from his real life. So if at any time he ever complained about his wife, it probably just would have turned my stomach and I just would have been done. We didn't talk about, we didn't talk about his wife. You know,
I think that's probably why it lasted so long.
Yeah.
That's why it probably lasted so long. And there was no feelings into it because you wasn't feeling sorry for him because he wasn't sitting up there complaining about her. It was just about y'all two in the moment.
And the thing is, and it's such an oxymoron because the reason why, well, I'm not going to say that is the exact reason why, but my ex-husband was having, you know, he wasn't faithful in the marriage. So some people may say, well, you should have more empathy for the wife. At that point, like I said, I was emotionally dead. Just like to really care about someone.
Classic hurt people type. Like the classic of, you know, when people hurt, they don't really care about if they hurting somebody else.
Exactly. Exactly. I didn't have the ability to care about his wife. I didn't have the ability to care about him. I didn't even have the ability to really care about myself.
And that's the main person you should be caring about.
Exactly.
It's just them.
Exactly. But I think the reason why it ended, this is so odd. I always told myself, I said, you know, if I ever catch feelings, it's done. And what happened was he posted a wedding anniversary dedication to his wife. And I felt some type of way about it. Like I never looked her up. I never like Googled her name or anything like that. But for some reason,
hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, but yes, I hear you. I'm sorry, Clement. He's trying to come back. He says not coming through. Yeah, every time I keep pressing you to accept, it's just not going through. I'm sorry. Maybe keep trying, because I did say yes and then it just went away. But that was the moment. So that was what really made you end it, is because you was having feelings about the way he was dedicating his marriage.
I don't know what it was. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I love this man. I just know that when I saw the post, it just made me feel some type of way. I felt uneasy. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done. Because like over the years, people would ask me, they would say, oh, well, you know, do you want him to leave his wife for you? You know, if you guys really click like that, you know, would you ever want to be with him? And I would look at my friends like, hell no, like you're crazy. And they're just like, well, why not? I said, well, he's a cheater. Like, I don't want to be with him. He's a cheater. I mean, he's a very charming person. He's a very sweet person, but he's a cheater. And, you know, it is what it is. But I started to realize how me being involved in that skewed my view towards men in general. And I was just like, so now you're kind of looking at all guys like they're a cheater. What if I'm on Hinge or Bumble or Tinder or whatever dating app I'm scrolling through, and I'm just like, no, he has eyes like a cheater. No, that's a cheater smile. And I was just like, where am I getting this from? And I said, you know what, you really need to cut this off, because even though I'm saying it's not affecting me emotionally, it is affecting how I view relationships and how I view men in general. So I did what was best for me, still being selfish. I did what was best for me, and I ended it.
Okay.
And you know,
but it was 14 years, right? On and off.
On and off for 14 years. I mean,
it's a long time.
Mostly off. I mean, I would say out of that 14 years from the moment that we met, we were probably only maybe sexually active for maybe half the time. You know, once again, people are just like, well, you guys don't go out. And I'm just like, no, we don't go out. We don't go on dates. We don't do gifts. We don't do anything like that. We just keep it simple. There was a sexual chemistry, and that's what I focused on, and that was it.
Clement want to know, do you think it felt like some level of security was lost seeing that post?
No, I mean, I don't know what it was. I know that I was already considering like starting to date again, just trying to heal from a lot of different stuff that was going on in my life. And I think it just all came together at the same time, where I was just like, I can't seriously date someone or start to date if I still have this going on in the background? Like, you know, you can't want to keep, I'll put it this way, you can't want to grow your edges out but keep gluing your wig down. It's one or the other. You have to choose one. So I chose me still, and I was like, I'm just going to choose to let this go with no anger, with no animosity. I don't hold anything against him. He didn't twist my arm. He never treated me, you know, in an ill manner. He was, you know, respectful towards me when we were together. But it was like, looking at it, it was always just very weird, and I realized that he just wasn't that guy. He just wasn't that guy.
It just when I think of, I don't know, this is how my brain works sometimes, because I know how when women have sex, right? We are the people we are the collectors of the DNA, right? So sometimes do you believe that a lot of times your DNA is the thing that forms your whole body, that forms everything that makes you do what you do? So of course it can hold memory, you know, that's what it does, right? So if sometimes if by the end of you like being with somebody for like 14 years and you constantly being with them, to me it's kind of like you're a little bit spiritually connected in a way, because y'all connected in that type of way. So I think that's why it affected you so much when you seen it, because and women always connect emotion and sex, even though we try not to, even though we can do it without try and say we don't have any emotion, eventually it will come to us. Eventually that emotion will come.
I did have a sense of pride in saying that, you know, I wasn't emotionally connected to him. Like, if something ever happened to him, would I grieve him? Yes, absolutely. He was a human being and I knew him intimately. Yes. Could I ever say that I loved him or that I was in love with him? No. And I also have to say, seeing the post is not the first time I had ever seen a post. I've seen vacation photos of them together. Oh yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything that was like thrown in my face. Like, it was literally the day that it was posted, that he posted it. He contacted me, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to entertain this anymore.
The day that he posted. So it kind of seems like a serial killer in a sense. Now, he's not killing anybody, but it's kind of having the conscience of one.
I don't know what it is.
That's how my brain works. Because I studied, you know, and I watch all those criminal shows and I study psychology. So to me, somebody who can actually go and kill somebody and have no remorse and just keep it moving into something so devastating.
Path.
Is somebody who can have this emotional, supposedly, he doesn't really have that emotion, but supposedly show all this emotion in a post and these pictures and dedicating 14 years to his wife, and at the same time texting his side chick.
Basically,
that's no kind of, they don't have feelings. That's like that's a narcissist and probably a psychopath. To me, that's a psychopath, because if you don't have no type of remorse.
I mean, to hold myself accountable, I didn't have any type of remorse either. And to be 100% honest, I still don't. I don't. I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. I don't want to get myself caught up in that again. You know, is what I
learned your lesson from being in it, like,
yeah, it's a hard lesson to learn, because for me, there were no consequences. Usually I'm not, well, I don't want to say there were no consequences, because I started to see how it was affecting how I felt about men and how I felt about relationships. But,
Okay.
Was there some drag out, flip the table type of stuff? No, there wasn't. Um,
Okay.
and I also see someone had asked if, did any friends or family try to talk me out of the situation? No, I
Oh,
mean,
somebody asked that? I didn't even see that.
yeah,
Yeah, Clement did earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
my close friends, they knew about it. They were just, they would kind of shake their head, and, it is what it is, what their response was to it. I know they didn't approve.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I have another question. You don't have to answer. It's a little bit more personal. But can I ask, at what age did the affair start for you? And then at what age did it end?
I think I was like maybe in my early 30s. I think we were both in our early 30s. So I would say from 30 to 44.
Can I ask you another question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you saw so you're over 40. When you saw the picture of him with his wife, by any chance did you think how can I ask this? Okay, so you were saying that you had no emotional attachment, right? You had just gone through a divorce. You had no emotional attachment. Do you think that you enjoyed the fact that he desired you? And then when you saw that, you're getting a little bit older, you haven't dated, right? I'm assuming you didn't have very many serious relationships. I don't know if you got married in between those 14 years and then divorced. Do you think that maybe something hit you, that you were frustrated that you didn't have what his wife had? Do you think that's what triggered you?
No. I would say, I did date within the 14 years, and when I was in a relationship with someone within the 14 years, I didn't see him, because I believe in me being faithful in my relationships. He didn't share that, but I never wanted to marry him. I never wanted to have children with him. He doesn't have children.
So all the times that you were with him, you wasn't with anybody else at the time.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Yeah, I never viewed the wife. I never viewed the life of his wife as something envious to me. I was never envious of her. The couple times that his wife did come up in conversation, I was just like, I was like, I want you to stay married. I was like, I like you married. I don't want, craziness or the drama that ensued when his wife found out about the affair that he was having with someone else. I wasn't involved in that at all. We were very discreet. We found very creative ways to communicate. I don't know if y'all want that information or I don't.
No, I was just thinking about how because you were saying that, okay, no, I never wanted to be with him because he's a serial cheater. Mm-hmm. But do you ever think what that says about you as well? If you saying, okay, when I was with other people, I wasn't with him, but you already knew he was still married, so it's still something that's morally wrong. Even though you're not with anybody, he's still with somebody. But
I mean, I'm
So
with someone now, and I was in a relationship. I was in a couple relationships while within the 14 years, it just didn't work out with those people. I just felt as if those persons just we didn't want the same things, and that's fine.
Okay. So K Monique said she wanted that information of how the unique ways y'all had of communicating with each other.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask a question to the room. Do you really want to know? Because I really don't want anyone going through their significant other's phones if I tell you this.
No. I want to know.
Okay.
And I'm not going through nobody's phone. I'm done with that.
Okay.
I don't look through nobody's phone no more.
Especially after, his wife found out about the affair that he was having. We knew that text messages were that wasn't going to happen. WhatsApp was not going to happen. Trying to save someone's name under, trying to save my number under a different name. I'm Fred or something. That's not going to work. Emails aren't going to work. Work to emails aren't going to work because those were screened by the job. We even tried at one point communicating in in the Word doc symbols. The job found those too. They screened those too. Absolutely. So, typing on a white screen, on a white background with white letters, nope. You can find that too. So what we figured out was that if we downloaded certain games like Words with Friends, Trivia Crack, things like that, we could communicate within the app as long as we friended each other. Yeah.
As long as y'all friended each other in the app. Okay.
In the app. So, you would be able to send messages back and forth within Words with Friends and with Trivia Crack, as in, and a few other games.
Oh, K Monique said that's interesting. That is kind of clever. Like, I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
Would have never thought of that.
So, like, y'all, please don't go in your significant other's phone.
No.
The Trivia Crack. Like, please don't.
No.
But I think one day after the whole anniversary thing, like I was really sitting and I was just like, wait, 14 years. I was like, wow, like this man really came back from his honeymoon. He started flirting with me like it was no shame. And I was like, wait, we're how long? And I'm just like, you know what? If I let this continue, we would still be doing this in our 50s, in our 60s. And I'm just like, no, I think I want a different future for myself. So literally within a month of me cutting that off, I started to date again, and I found someone that I really like. And, our communication is good, and I told him about it, and he was just like, well, it's good that you let it go. That was in your past. Moving forward, we just have good communication.
Oh, so the future guy that you're with, you told him about having an affair with a married man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, because
he was cool. He was just like, okay, that was the past, this is the future. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad if this turns into a happily ever after for you, then I'll be happy, because I love happy ever afters. But usually there is a karma to it. So all I want to say is that, you know, we gotta be careful, you know, sometimes, because when we're hurt, we do dumb stuff. You know, we do dumb stuff because when we're hurt. So just be ready for that karma to come back. Because to me, you can't escape it.
I think the karma is, I mean, people have said that. I've thought about that. I was just like, wait, did I experience the karma before I actually committed the act? Because, you know, I had never, you know, cheated in any relationship I was in from the time I was a teenager to now. You know, even when
But that's not why you would attract a cheater. You think that's why you attract a cheater because
I attracted a cheater, but at the same time, my husband was a cheater and I attracted him. And the other relationships that I was in before, I was in previous relationships where my significant other was cheating.
Why you keep attracting cheaters?
I sure did. It's, you know, I was attracted to a certain personality type, and that's what I responded to. So you know, sometimes I overthink things, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to take my time with meeting people. And usually if I like someone right off the bat, and it's probably the toxic personality trait that I have been going for. So I was like, whatever you think you like, either take your time or go the other way. Because that's not.
So you was like, okay, I would just choose the opposite of what I normally like. But
basically,
we can't escape what our normal self likes and wants. So sometimes I feel like in order for you to really find out why you attract cheaters is to find out in what way are you cheating on yourself.
I believe I'm cheating on myself by not loving myself, by not being accepting of myself, by not feeling as if I deserve more, that I deserve better, you know, by accepting less, by being a people pleaser, you know, by putting the needs of my significant other or my husband before my own like well-being. It's just like, I'm going to give you everything. And that's not always the problem about putting someone else before yourself. But if there's no reciprocity, sis, why are you giving this person everything and they don't even care about you? So that's why, in a way, I felt that, you know, this whole karma that people were talking about is just like, I think I've already experienced it. I've learned so much from what I did, what I was a part of, what, you know I would never get involved with again, not knowingly. I would never knowingly get involved in something like that again.
Well, that's good to hear. People, what she's talking about, because we have some new people that came in, is that we were talking about revenge cheating, good, bad, how it's seen, the wildest stories you had, and then Off the Cuffs came in and said, you know, she just ended a relationship, a relationship with someone who was married for 14 years, and y'all were on and off for 14 years, but you finally ended the relationship. And I was just saying that, you know, eventually they'll have karma. But if anybody have any questions that they want to ask, just go ahead and put it in the chat. But let me see what time it is. We're going to be here maybe for another 10-15 minutes. And then I got to go. I got work to do. But I appreciate that you came up here and, you know, told your story. Thank you so much. Anybody else have any more questions? Miss Chris?
Yes.
Lumen Ebony?
Sure. So you said that you didn't feel remorseful. As you were telling the story, you gave a lot of excuses, and not in a bad way. I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to like I don't know. I don't mean that in like a mean way, malicious way. But you give a lot of excuses to why the affair continued. You're emotionally detached, emotionally numb. Do you think that you do feel guilty, but you're too afraid to like dig deep into those feelings?
I mean, like when you say excuses, I'm not really taking offense to that. I will say this. I'm being 100% straight up honest. I felt nothing. Emotionally, I did not care about him. I did not care about his wife. And I also did not care about myself. You know,
you were PTSD probably, like you were hurt to the point where
I really think
not
I
feeling
was,
anything.
and I don't want that to come off as an excuse. It's more of an emotional truth, because I could get emotional about other things at that time. But, you know, if I started, you know, when I got into another relationship with someone and I wasn't with him, I still got, you know, I was still, I'm trying to think of the words to describe it. I was still treated badly in those relationships. And I put up with how I was being treated in the relationships within the 14 years. And the reason why I put up with it was because, once again, I didn't care about myself. Didn't care about myself. Didn't care about him either.
To clarify, I mean today. So not while you were having the affair. I meant today. You said that you still don't feel remorseful, even today, right? Like you don't feel bad about it.
Today, at this point in time, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't sit and I don't. And I think part of the reason why is because they're still together. They're still together. She's none the wiser. You know, had it affected their marriage, I probably would have been big time remorseful.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But
do you? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Did you? Well, you said it affected your view of men. Do you think that today that affair affects you? Like, do you feel like it was a waste of 14 years? Like you could have, I don't know, like started a new family in those 14 years. Like, do you ever regret any of it?
I wouldn't say it was a waste of 14 years. As far as family, I didn't want, you know, a traditional type of family. In the way most people would think, like, you know, by the time I was 40, did I want to get married and have children? I was on the fence about having children. You know,
I'm still here, yo.
Would I want to be married? At that point, within the 14 years, I would go back and forth on whether or not I wanted to get married again. Since the first marriage ended like so badly. But it's like how it affected me. I think it just made me look at every man as being a potential cheater. Even if I didn't say it, I think on a subconscious level, I was thinking every man's a potential cheater, because, you know, I was with a serial cheater.
Okay. I have one more question. Is that okay?
Sure.
Did you, in those 14 years, I think you mentioned that you, towards the end of the 14 years, you met someone that you really liked. Is that correct? That you started
Yes,
dating and
that
told
was
them about it?
after. Yes, it was after I had ended it.
In those 14 years, did you compare the men that you were dating to the man that you're having an affair with? In terms of these men aren't as good as him. And when you met the guy that you really liked, you felt as though I like him because he's comparable or better than the man you're having an affair with.
Sexually, yes. I think I did compare the men I was in a relationship with to him. But in the new relationship, I didn't, because I realized that I was looking for different things. I realized I was looking for more intimacy in connection to sex, with just like some fun time carnival, type of sexual experience. The sex would be different because I wasn't looking for the same thing. There was no intimacy when it came to the sex within the affair. There was none.
Okay.
I see. Thank you. Thanks for answering my question. Thanks for being so open.
You're welcome.
Clement said emotional damage.
Emotional.
He probably wants to do that little horn. Emotional damage. Whatever that
damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Emotional damage. Yes. That's what happens, when people hurt you. Hurt people. But I did hear a saying that I never heard before of hurt people can actually heal people as well. Anybody agree with that or no?
I mean, I think that healing is something that's individual. I think that you have to choose to partake on that healing journey. Almost like, let's be real, me being a part of that affair was addictive type behavior. And when it comes to any type of addiction, you can only take that first step towards, healing when you're ready. You have to choose when you're ready. And you have to do it for yourself. You can't do it for anyone else. You got to do it for yourself. You have to make that commitment. So maybe, I don't know. I don't want to say that they're wrong, but I feel that the healing journey is an individual journey.
I think vulnerable people can heal people. I don't think hurt people can. I think people that acknowledge their mistakes and their hiccups, like for example, we talk about elders a lot and how much wisdom they have. They went through a lot, right? And they get to a point where they're willing to express a lot of their vulnerabilities with other people, and they're not hurting. They just acknowledge that they have those wounds, right? They have those weaker areas, but they're not hurting from it anymore. And they've gotten to a point where those vulnerabilities, they realize that they may have them, but somebody else can kind of avoid opening that same wound in a sense. But I don't think that hurt people can heal people. That's like trying to put on someone else's oxygen mask before your own.
Exactly. And I just wanted to add, I think there is a narrative that a lot of people believe, especially, it's one that we've all seen in movies and on TV, when it comes to an affair, that every affair is going to be an emotional affair, and the other person wants to steal your spouse, that's not always going to be the case. It's not. So,
Well, do you think it's more the case in men or women? I feel like most women, when they cheat, they cheating for emotional, and they not cheating for because they just want to go around and have sex. And most men don't cheat for emotions; they cheat for sex. What do y'all think?
could be true. I know, like, my husband was cheating. My ex-husband was cheating like left and right. It was, it was almost criminal. But
Hey, bro.
there were some women that he was cheating with who they were just fine to play their part in the background, and there were some that were bold enough to come over to the house. There were some that were bold enough to call my phone. So,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, those were the ones who wanted to be with him. And there were some who were just like, it's just casual sex.
So, Clement said, men cheat for ego, women cheat for emotion. Yes. But not just ego, Clement. Y'all have that. Y'all have y'all other brain down there that think for y'all sometimes. That's what y'all cheat for. So also I like Clement's explanation, because I think that's what I was saying with hurt people can heal people. The best Alcohol Anonymous instructors were usually the addicts themselves.
That is
so true. That is what I mean about hurt people can heal people. That's what I mean.
That is absolutely true. Someone who knows exactly where you've been. And I thought about that 12-step program, even like with this. And one of the things that I admire about it is that you do have to go and apologize to the people that you've hurt. And ask for forgiveness. Now, in this case, that's not something that I'm willing to do, because I think that exposing what has transpired over 14 years would actually hurt her more than it would me or him. And sometimes it's just better.
So you don't feel her not knowing hurts her?
I think knowing would hurt her even more. If I'm not there, I don't know if he's in the same I don't know if he is in the same mindset to find someone else to replace what we had. I have no idea. He might. But sometimes people will reveal the truth for selfish reasons. And
so, do you think people reveal the truth because it makes them feel better?
I think that is true in some cases, but I think
the load is off for them. They're like,
they're just
I ain't gotta lie no more.
I think, carrying that around for some people, it can be a lot of, pressure. It's a burden. And it's just like, whew, let me go ahead and tell you the truth about, what I saw your husband do, or that he fathered a child with someone else. And it's just like, you don't even realize all the people that you're going to hurt with that truth that really no one asked you. And that hurt can run deep. And I think in my case, I'm done with the situation. I think for me to reveal the truth, it would hurt even more. It would hurt even more. And
Clement gotta. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It would hurt even more if to reveal it. I feel you on that, but I think that he should reveal it to her. Like he should tell her, not you. Like he should tell her what's going on.
Yeah, he won't.
I think the wife already knows. I think once you kind of. I think the difference between the affair he was having with you and the affair he was having with the other woman is that she let it get messy, to where the wife was able to easily find out about it. She knew her husband was cheating. Can I ask? I do have another question actually. Was he well off?
Yeah.
Like financially?
Yeah.
I mean,
what was his industry?
You were his assistant, right?
What's that?
So people who wasn't in here earlier, this is Miss Virgo, off the cusp Virgo, and she was in a on again, off again relationship that she just ended, and he was married for 14 years, and right off his honeymoon, he started an affair with her. So that's what she's asking about right now. Go ahead.
I would think at this point in his career, he's probably maybe just right under or right at 6 figures. And we don't live in the same city. We do live in the same state, but hours apart. But I think the city that he's closer to, $100,000 a year, 6 figures a year, is middle class. It's like maybe, solid middle class, just because of the cost of living. So it's just like,
is this a melanated man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
Do you know if the wife worked in those 14 years, or was she a stay-at-home wife?
No, she worked.
She worked.
I don't know what industry or whatever she worked in. I stopped myself from Googling like too much information about her.
I mean, but 6 figures is like, if you say he's a melanated man, so that means 6 figures is a big deal, because it's a big deal to me because I don't make it.
Well,
I have to combine.
Imagine 6 figures in Los Angeles. It's 6 figures in Los Angeles.
Clement, I'm sorry, Miss Virgo. Clement said, "Stop it, y'all need black men don't. All black men don't cheat." He
wasn't black. I will say that he was not.
She said he was melanated. He has some melanin. He has some melanin. Okay, he had a little bit more melanin than the non-melanated people.
Okay.
No. White people do have melanin. It's just that it's not activated, and it's mainly concentrated in their neurological system.
Yeah, I'll put it this way. He's melanated, and his melanin is permanent. Okay, it doesn't fade in the winter.
Oh, I don't think people can hear me on YouTube this whole time. Somebody just told me. I'm sorry, y'all. So, but at least it's still on Instagram. So what I'm gonna do is that I don't want to lose this live, but I think it's probably on here long because I haven't been on live in so long. But every Thursday, y'all, every Thursday at 10 o'clock, I'm coming back. This is the first Thursday. We talking about relationships. Just come on here, and if it's relevant, if it's not, we just talk about relationships. We just trying to help people. We're trying to talk things out. We're trying to see different perspectives. That's what we're doing here. This is 3 Married Ladies' Opinions. We have the Bloomin' Ebony. Ebony, let them know where to find you.
Thanks, Unique, for having me. This was really fun, and thanks for being so vulnerable. Off the cut. Should I call you off the cusp, or what was your?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I appreciate your questions. I appreciate you challenging, asking challenging questions, because A lot of them I had to think. I was just like, wait, yeah. So, and that's going to be part of my journey moving forward.
Do you have anything going on that you want to promote?
Me?
Yeah.
I just want to promote one of my friends' page, the Over 40 podcast.
Yeah, Holly baby.
Exactly. I promote her page. She has an Etsy page where she sells her merch. Definitely, I want to.
When she's on Instagram on Tuesdays, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Going there on
and
Tuesdays.
Monday, she's doing Monday trivia nights. I played with her this Monday.
Yes, I missed Monday, but Tuesday, y'all, if she saved that live, it was lit. I hope she saves it and she posts it because it was lit.
Yes, go check out Over 40 Podcast Instagram, y'all. And Miss Ebony, where can they find you? Miss Blooming Ebony?
You can find me here on Instagram at The Blooming Ebony, and then you can also find me on YouTube at The Blooming Ebony. And I'm still working on a blog, and on that blog, hopefully we will have bi-weekly study groups on womanhood. And you guys can learn more about me there. I'll give you more information as to when my website is done, hopefully in the near future. But yeah, right now just YouTube, Blooming Ebony, The Blooming Ebony, and also on Instagram at The Blooming Ebony.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks for everybody who showed up. We talk about relationships. This is Relationship Talk, and mainly it's about being able to heal, being able to bring the Black family together, being able to be better in our relationships, right? Mm-hmm. Be better to ourselves, treat ourselves better, treat our mates better, stuff like that. So that's what we're here. We talk about relationships. So if you want to come talk with me every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, thank you so much. Off the cusp. Miss Virgo season just ended. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for everybody for listening in and tuning in. We'll see you next Thursday.
All right.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.